going to be talking about should you be a gray man, or why should you be a gray man? And we're also going to talk about being a gray man versus a hard target. Before we get into today's stuff though, on Instagram, if you're not following us, go follow us. We have Instagram has a new feature called IGTV, which is Instagram TV. It's almost like a competitor to YouTube. It's a vertical video though instead of horizontal. And we're doing a new series on there, Be Your Own Hero. And we're talking about basically, everything to improve yourself, being your own bodyguard, all that kind of stuff, being your provider, protector for your family. So go follow us on Instagram. I'll put the link below and check out the IGTV. We've already got 3 episodes in and we're doing a weekly episode on there. So be sure to go do that. So let's talk about being a gray man. And over the years, you hear all these people, all these experts talk about being a gray man and why should you and this and that. I feel a lot of people have it wrong. The reason why is because people state, being a gray man in everyday life. I've been a proponent of this for years. I'm not going to be a gray man in everyday life. There's no point, because you have to understand what is being a gray man and why the reason is. Usually it's to move or operate in plain sight and basically, not being picked up. And there's a only reason why someone would need to do that is if something has went wrong, they're trying to evade someone. Day-to-day life, I'm confident in my skill set that if I get any adversary attacks me, that I'm going to destroy them. So, if you're needing to be a gray man as a layer of protection in your day-to-day life, you need to go improve your skill sets, because obviously you're lacking and you want to kind of be invisible because of that reason. If you look through, usually being a gray man is to, disappear from an adversary, typically. So if I look in my own life, like in Marine Corps boot camp, everybody that's probably been in the military knows this. When you're in boot camp, you want to be the gray man. You want to be the one that doesn't stick out. You want to be, the one the drill instructors don't pay attention to. Unfortunately for me, I was in an all-northern platoon, so my southern accent, I could not be a gray man, I could not blend in. I was always the one in front because of that reason. So, some situations you cannot be a gray man. If you look, like I go a lot of times down to South America, Mexico, Costa Rica and stuff like that. Obviously, I don't look Hispanic, so I can't really blend in on my physical appearance. So, if you can't be a gray man, if you cannot blend in, you have to be a hard target, right? So, what else about skill sets? It's kind of like if the grid were to go down, do you want to be the guy that's walking around looking like a gray man, or the guy that looks like nobody wants to mess with? Because the gray man is going to look like prey to a predator. If you look at, bad guys, they attack prey. They don't attack other predators. They want the easiest, the tactical advantage against whoever they're going against. So they attack weaker people. That's why women, elderly, are always the ones usually getting attacked. They don't want a lot of resistance. They want the tactical advantage. It's the smart thing to do. They're not out in nature. Animals that are predators don't go attack other predators for food. They go get prey. It's just human nature. The bad guys are not going to go attack someone that could potentially kill them. So in a grid down scenario, being a gray man, like I've always said in the Katrina example, is that people that were gray, average everyday people, were getting, robbed and a whole host of other terrible things. Google it. And so if you look at the dude that's walking around that looks like he knows what he's doing, he's muscular, he looks like he's not going to take any crap, they're not going to mess with that guy. So in the foreign countries example, people don't really mess with me. Usually in South American country, I'm much bigger than everyone else. I also speak Spanish, so I can kind of relate to the culture. Any gabachos that can speak Spanish in South American countries, they treat you with a lot of respect because you act like, they think that you really like or into their culture and you respect them because you speak their language. And so that's my advantage in those type of situations. So you got to look for your advantage. Is being a gray man even possible? It's not possible. So I have to look at other routes. So grid goes down. Do you want to look like the guy that can't protect himself, or the guy with the AR that nobody wants to mess with, right? Walk around the street, obviously. I'm arguably YouTube famous, so people recognize me all the time. I really can't even be gray, but people obviously know from watching my videos skill sets that I have, and what they would be up against. So, it's like when I go to these conventions and things like that, guys that may have been trolls on the internet, when I go to these conventions, tigers turn into kittens. Then they say they're my biggest fan, because we both know that how that situation would go. So being a hard target is definitely beneficial. Looking like someone that's not going to take any crap, bad guys aren't really going to mess with. Now, just because you're the best at whatever you do, you look at Chris Kyle, arguably one of the best snipers in history. He got the drop on him. So it doesn't matter all your skill sets, how much of a bad dude you are, somebody can still get the drop on you. Gray man is a tool. It's a tool for evading. It's a tool for moving or operating in an environment in plain sight. Outside of that, I really don't think it's something that you should do in your day-to-day life, unless it's just that critical because you're that worried about what you're doing, or worried about getting attacked. In which case, again, work on your skill sets. Be equipped, be prepared. Anyhow, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts below. Go check out Instagram below. Check out our Be Your Own Hero series. Anyhow, guys, thanks for watching Black Scout Survival.